In the next House of the Dragon Season 2 Episode 5, Daemon will lead the taking of Stone Hedge on his dragon Caraxes. Rhaenys' dragon's head will be paraded through King's Landing by Criston Cole, which will cause a massive riot. Aemond will take over the rule in Aegon's stead from the Iron Throne as Prince Regent and Protector of the realm, while Aegon is recovering. Larys will tell Aegon, "You have already written yourself into legend. You survived the dragonfire." Corlys Velaryon will become Hand of the Queen to Rhaenyra. Addam will claim Seasmoke the dragon and he will meet Rhaenyra. The Hightowers will march into war. Daemon will continue having a haunting time at Harrenhal. Mysaria will orchestrate a smallfolk riot in King's Landing by sending Rhaenyra's good friend to mess with the capital's food supplies. Jacaerys will fly to House Frey's seat for negotiations, and Alicent will have a fight with Aemond over his actions. In this video, we're bringing you many leaked scenes regarding the next episode of House of the Dragon. Let's start with what happens at the beginning of episode 5. The head of Rhaenys' dragon will be cut off and taken to King's Landing, where it will be paraded by Criston Cole and Grain Hightower through the city. They will announce how their brave King Aegon slew the traitorous dragon Meleys. As the head of Meleys is drawn on a cart through the city, the display stuns the small folk into silence, and thousands will leave King's Landing afterward, seeing that the War of Dragons has started, until it's ordered for the city gates to be closed and barred. Besides the dragon's head, Aegon's forces also bring Aegon himself home, and Alicent asks if he's alive. While Aegon survives dragonfire, he is left incapable of ruling due to his heavy injuries. So in episode 5, Prince Aemond will take over the rule in his stead, from the Iron Throne as Prince Regent and Protector of the realm. Aegon suffers from burns covering half his body, a broken hip, and numerous broken ribs. His armor has melted into his left arm, and it will take him a year to recover. His mind is clouded by milk of the poppy, causing him to sleep 9 hours out of every 10. Larys will tell Aegon, "You have already written yourself into legend. You survived dragonfire." Meanwhile, Daemon is going to lead the taking of Stone Hedge, House Bracken's seat. House Black was declared for Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen and her blacks when the war broke out, while House Bracken supported her half-brother King Aegon II Targaryen and the Greens. Sir William Blackwood offers the soldiers of House Blackwood in exchange for Daemon attacking the Brackens with his dragon Caraxes, and Daemon will do just that. Daemon will go to Stone Hedge riding his dragon Caraxes. Daemon on top of his dragon will say, "Our terms are simple. Bend the knee to me or your house burns." House Bracken and their seat Stone Hedge will be yielded to Daemon, ending any green strength in the Riverlands. The next scene that happens in episode 5 is Rhaenyra visiting Corlys Velaryon after his wife died at Rook's Rest. In the book, when news of Rhaenys' death reached the Dragonstone, Corlys was enraged and blamed Rhaenyra for Rhaenys' death, saying it should have been her, not his wife. This obviously is not the route they're taking in the show, as Rhaenyra first wanted to go to war herself, but her council advised against it. Nevertheless, as in the book, Corlys will in the next episode become the Hand of the Queen to Rhaenyra, as we can see the pin on his chest. Corlys will say to Rhaenyra, "My ships sail at your command," and he will counsel her about the Hightower army that is on the march, stating, "The Hightowers are marching. You must crush this beast at its head." Given that Aegon II Targaryen's main supporters are House Hightower, the Greens assumed the lords and lands of the Reach would side with them. Instead, many of the major lords from the north and east of the Reach declare for Rhaenyra Targaryen and her blacks, instead of quickly marching armies from the Reach to join with the other green armies in the north to overwhelm the blacks. The Hightowers and their allies will have to slowly fight through the Reach itself. Following the early black victories in the Riverlands at Harrenhal and Stone Hedge, Otto Hightower will order the large Hightower army to be assembled and to put down these rebellions in the Reach, but they will be quickly set upon by Rhaenyra's forces. Prince Jacaerys will take his dragon Vermax to the Riverlands, to the seat of House Frey, the twins. House Frey sided with Queen Rhaenyra against King Aegon. Jacaerys might be there to negotiate with the Freys about lending their swords to their cause, and also to grant the Northern army safe passage across their bridge, as the Stark's army of 2,000 winter wolves that Cregan Stark promised to Jacaerys should be on their way south by now. At King's Landing, Aegon's small council will have a meeting about who will rule in Aegon's stead while Aegon is recovering. It's going to be Aemond, of course. Aemond tried to kill Aegon twice, but Aegon somehow manages to survive. However, he is in bad shape and will not be able to rule for the entire season 2. So in a way, Aemond will achieve his goal for some time at least. Aemond will become Prince Regent, Protector of the realm, and he will rule from the Iron Throne until Aegon recovers. Aemond will take Aegon's sword and dagger, as well as the crown. Alicent will confront Aemond about his actions at Rook's Rest. Aemond will respond with, "Would you not have us prevail?" pointing to the fact that with him in charge there's a better chance of winning this war, to which Alicent responds by shouting, "Not like this." Aemond tried to kill Aegon twice. First, by intentionally letting Aegon fly his dragon Sunfyre alone against Rhaenys and her dragon Meleys, without rushing to the air to help him, even though he knows Meleys is much stronger than Sunfyre. Second, Aemond tried to kill Aegon by blasting dragonfire when the dragons were entangled, fully aware that even if he hits Rhaenys and Meleys, he is going to burn Aegon as well, and he does. Finally, Aemond flies back with Vhagar to where Aegon and Sunfyre fell and lands. Aemond climbs down and walks upon the crash site where Aegon and Sunfyre are lying, both badly hurt. Aemond approaches, draws his sword, stares at Aegon, and then decides to sheath his sword as Criston Cole approaches. Aemond was definitely going for the kill, but saw Aegon in such a bad condition that he thought Aegon was either already dead, or there was no way of him surviving such wounds. Before the smallfolk goes into riot in King's Landing, Criston and Alicent will have a word with each other, and Criston will tell her we have given the war to the dragons. Later, he will also tell her what we must do now is terrible. The reasons the riots happen at King's Landing are a combination of two factors. First, the smallfolk are terrified after seeing the dragon's head, knowing that the dragons have started fighting each other, and at some point it's bound that these dragon fights will come to their city. The other reason is Mysaria. Rhaenyra and Mysaria will have a conversation in episode 5. Mysaria will say the people whisper when Viserys lived there was peace. And then she will offer her own help by saying there is more than one way to fight a war. Mysaria becomes Rhaenyra's mistress of whisperers. It's Mysaria's plan to send a good friend and handmaiden of Rhaenyra to King's Landing, Elinda Massey, to mess with King's Landing's food supplies and to cause a riot of the smallfolk, as they first go hungry after already being scared. At Harrenhal, Daemon will also start the process of repairing the castle, and he will also keep hearing strange voices, the new one telling him, "Daemon, you were made to wear a crown." All the strange voices and visions are coming from the future Witch Queen of Harrenhal, Alicent Rivers, who is hundreds of years old and can tell the future. Alicent is the future lover of Aemond Targaryen, and she knows it as she can see the future, so it's really interesting what her goal might be regarding Daemon. Lastly, Addam, son of Corlys Velaryon and brother to Aelin, will claim the dragon Seasmoke, which previously belonged to his half-brother Laenor, and he will meet Rhaenyra. Seasmoke has been following Addam, and now we know why, because the dragon wants him as his new rider. Judging by Rhaenyra's outfit, which is the same as when she meets Corlys Velaryon, and judging by the beach at which they meet. This meeting takes place at Driftmark rather than Dragonstone, when Rhaenyra flies there to talk to Corlys. Rhaenyra and Addam will meet and talk, and Addam will swear his allegiance to her as his father is on her side. That's all the leaked scenes we have for episode 5. Let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. For free, you can now listen to the entire audiobook Fire and Blood, on which House of the Dragon is based and which covers the entire Targaryen history, including current and future events of House of the Dragon, for free with a notable trial using our link in the description. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.